Yeah. Okay, so we are live now.
It is
Let me
live,
start.
ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our speakers for today's webinar on automation using AI in Excel, Mr. Alok Sethi. Mr. Sethi is a highly accomplished chartered accountant and company secretary, renowned for his extensive expertise in finance, taxation, and automation. With a wealth of experience, he has dedicated his career to empowering professionals with the skills they need to excel in today's digital landscape. Alok is not only an accomplished educator but also served as a global corporate trainer and master trainer with Skill India. He has delivered valuable training sessions to some of the world's leading organizations, including ArcelorMittal and Deloitte, making significant contribution to the fields of advanced Excel, Power BI, and financial modeling. Today, he will guide us through the transformative world of AI automation in Excel, showcasing how these advancements can streamline our processes and enhance our productivity. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Alok Sethi. Welcome, sir. Welcome on Educating's platform.
Thank you, C. Pooja, and I would like to thank Educating for having me here on this Sunday, on this wonderful and imperative session or topic we can say, that is automation in Excel using AI. Okay, and I must congratulate you all that you are all doing a great job, because I've been following Educating over time now, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank
So
you, sir.
on this note, let me just talk about automation a little, and then we will deep dive into the world of Excel, and I will show you how Excel is can be used in a better way with AI. And I think a lot of people would be awaiting this, and they are uh, waiting for this action to happen, to see it happening live. Okay, so I'll just take you to the presentation that I had created for today, and then we will have some live case studies as well. So I'm sharing my screen, and I got some message that it is not showing live. So can you just check once if we are live on YouTube, because I can't see it's still showing waiting. So if we can check that, and I'll share my screen now.
Hello? It is live, ma'am.
It is live? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so great. Now, see, when we talk about automation, uh, it is basically we are trying to automate those tasks which we do on a regular basis and which takes a lot of time and which is not adding to any productivity. So when we are using Excel, the idea is that we should be able to optimize the time that we are spending on our work, and we can do something productive rather than doing repetitive tasks. So how can we help take the help of AI, and how we can use AI as a tool to do things which we cannot, which consume a lot of time. And let me clarify that AI is a tool. It is not a replacement for human intelligence. It is a aid. It is an aid, or it is in collaboration with human intelligence. You can use AI. Okay. So a lot of people think that if you are using AI will do all the tasks. AI can do a lot of tasks, but you have to instruct AI in a proper way. And that is what I am going to demonstrate: how to give right prompts, how you can integrate the AI tool inside Excel, and how we can automate some processes. So this session is going to revolutionize how you're using spreadsheets for increasing productivity, accuracy, and getting some insight out of your data. So what are the challenges that we face, and what are the limitations that we come across? The first challenge is that it is very time consuming. So suppose you have to download a report every day, and you have to format it, and you have to create pivot tables, or you have to create a dashboard, or you have to create a summary out of it. You have to every time apply the same formulas and functions, and you have to do accordingly, right? But with the help of AI, we can automate certain tasks, and it will help us in getting the work done in a proper way, right? Secondly, it is error prone. Okay, so this means that sometimes whatever we are doing, it is leading to error. Okay, it can lead to an error, and sometimes you have to manually look for what are the errors, and we have to do a lot of iteration when we are using AI. Okay, so we have to make sure that. Then traditional formulas like predictive and analytical capabilities. Okay, so we cannot use the predictive analysis when we are using traditional formulas. So we should also look into how we can use the latest formulas and latest functions which are developed by Excel. And precisely 365 when you are using, you can use the latest capabilities of Excel. And generally people think or say that we should know VBA coding or Visual Basic Application to write macros. Earlier it was, yes, we should know VBA to write macros, but now with the help of AI tools, OpenAI and ChatGPT and other similar tools, we need not need to know a VBA code. We can just give a prompt and it can generate the code for us, and that is what we are going to see in today's session. So what all we can do, okay, and so we can add some AI powered Excel add-ins which are available for free or on a subscription basis. You need to pay sometimes, and most of the time some of the tools are free. So all the users can explore all the free tools. These are offered by Microsoft and also some third parties. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Okay, and we can use these tools to the optimum utilization. And I'll see you how to add the add-ins, okay, and how to go ahead with this. So let us look at some of the use cases, okay, and I have drawn different use cases, okay, and one use case can be data cleaning, because when we look at into the data, sometimes that the data that we get from the website or from the portal, they can be they can be problematic data, or there can be some errors in the data, or there can be some missing values. So how you can use AI to clean your data? Okay. Secondly, how can we do predictive analysis with AI, using AI? Then how you can use NLP, how you can use ChatGPT inside Excel. So what people are doing is they are having some sheet in Excel, they're working on it, and they want to find out some formulas. Let's say you are trying to apply a VLOOKUP, you don't know how to apply a VLOOKUP, or the VLOOKUP is giving some error. What you do is you copy that data into ChatGPT, and then you write the prompt over there, then you get the result and you apply it in Excel. But we are not required to do that, because we can integrate ChatGPT inside Excel. Excel में AI आ सकता है, ठीक है, और कैसे? Let's see that. So now let me take you straight to the Excel, okay, and let us see how we can integrate AI inside Excel. So I'm sharing my Excel screen, and just confirm if you can see my Excel. I hope my Excel screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, okay. So now, see, I have taken very simple formula, simple conditions, okay, and so as to help the audience understand how to use AI, or how you can integrate AI inside Excel. Now, if you look at my Excel, I'll just show you in the file menu. You can go to account, and you can see what version of Excel you're using. So I'm using Excel 365, which is the latest version of Excel, and it is a paid version. You have to opt for a subscription for that, but you get the added advantage. Now, see, we have some numbers in range, okay, and I want to find out the third largest number. Okay, now I can sort the data, and I can see them in ascending order, descending order, but I want the answer as a third largest number. Okay, but I don't know what the formula is. Okay, if I want to find out the maximum number out of this, the first largest, I can use the function max, and I can select this series, and I will get the maximum number, which is 39. But I don't want the first ranking number or the maximum number. I want the third highest number. But I don't know the formula for this. Okay, so what you will do, you will go to the chat GPT and you will write this prompt, okay, and it will give you some result. Okay, so let's do this. First, I will show you the traditional way as most of us are doing, and then I'll tell you the advanced way of working with the Excel and model. Okay, so I am on my browser and I'm opening ChatGPT. I hope my browser is visible to all. Can you all see the ChatGPT window?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is now how should we use GPT to get the answer to our question? Okay. Now, should I upload my Excel or should I copy paste the data? Okay. So this data is not confidential. It is only for demonstration purpose, but you might have confidential data. So you can upload that data to ChatGPT, but you should mask the name. You should remove the details, or you can only copy this part which you want to execute and paste it. Okay, so when you copy and paste any data, you get two options. One is the image and then this thing. So these are the numbers that is there. I want to find the third largest number. Okay, so I've already given one prompt over here. Okay, write a formula to find the third number from the range. So I'll just copy this. Okay, this is what people do. So I'm just showcasing what you do, how you do, and what is the right way to do this, and what will happen when we do something like this. Okay, write a formula. Now we have not specified to ChatGPT formula for which tool. Is it Excel or Python or SQL? But let's say what answer it generates. Okay. Now, if you see, it has given us the solution. Okay. To find the third largest number from a range of numbers in Excel, it is assuming it is understanding that the data might be in Excel or Google Sheet. Okay. And then you can use the large function. So there is a function called as large, and it is giving you the function notation also, the syntax also, and the explanation as well. But if you copy this function and if you paste here, we will not get the answer. We are getting a num. Now, can you tell me why this is not getting us the right answer? The solution, the answer to this question is that it is taking a range from A1 to A10, which is not having the data which I copied. My data is from B6 to B15. Okay. Now, I want to get the answer by copy pasting the formula which is derived by ChatGPT. Although the formula is right, but since we have not given the right reference to the range, it is not getting us the answer. So what should we do now? So we have to modify our prompt and we have to specify that the data is in range. Okay, and then you have to specify it is from B6 to B15. B6 to B15. Okay, and then press enter and see what happens next. So now you get a revised, updated function, a formula, and we will just copy paste this. And this time we got the result. Is it the third largest number from the range? Okay, now let's do this sorting. Okay, and I'll use some shortcut key over here, Alt H S, and I want to sort from largest to smallest. Okay, so you can see that I'm on the sort option and I'll press O next to sort from largest to smallest. And you can see that the first two numbers are 39 and the third largest number is 33, which is our answer. Correct? So what was the prompt we used? We used a prompt like write the formula to find the third largest number. But what was the revised prompt we should have used? Because we did not get the answer in the first instance. So I have created the revised prompt, and I'll show you one more thing, a trick in Excel that you can use. Okay, so this is the revised prompt. Okay, now write an Excel formula that calculates the third highest number in the name range called numbers. Now, what is this name range? So if you select this range, you're getting to see some numbers over here. Okay, the number is coming over here. Now, what is this? Basically, in Excel, whenever you have any row or column or a range, you can give it a name. Okay, and many people don't know this. So if you go to the formula bar, formula tab, in the formula tab, there is a functionality called as name manager. Now, when we click on name manager, you will see that there are some name ranges. Okay, I'm just turning on the number one. And when I click on number, it'll show that these number represent this B6 to B15. Okay, B6 to B15. This is the name of this range. Okay, now what I need to do is I just need to use this formula. So I'm just typing this formula one more time. Okay, is equal to large. And I don't have to write the name, I can just write numbers. So when I type numbers, it will automatically select all the numbers and I'll get the result. Okay, but this is the normal way of how people do it. Okay, how people follow this. Okay, this is we did not write the proper the full syntax. We want the third largest number. Now we will get the answer. Okay, now this is the normal way. But if you look at my Excel, okay, if you look at my Excel, you will see in my Excel towards the right, I'll just use the annotator and you will be able to see where I am pointing out. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so if you see on my Excel in the home tab towards the right, you will see something called as, sorry. You will see here ChatGPT for Excel and Word. Okay, these two options you will see over here on the right hand side where I have put my the square. Okay, I am putting it in the red so that you can see this properly, right? So we have ChatGPT for Excel. Now, what is this? This is an add-in. Okay, and what is an add-in? An add-in is a external third-party tool which you can integrate inside Excel so that you can use the functionality of ChatGPT without actually going to ChatGPT, but being in Excel. Okay, so how do we integrate this add-in? So you will see that there is a add-in option over here in the window with the window icon. Okay, when you click on this, it will open a pop-up. Okay, I hope my entire screen is visible and you are able to see all the pop-ups that I am showing here. Okay, so when I click on add-in, you will see something like this. When you click on more add-ins, a full size window will come. It is called as a dialog box. Okay, and basically it is a Microsoft Store. Okay, so as we go to any supermarket or any store, we see different options where we can buy anything. Similarly, in the Microsoft, there is a app store. Okay, and from that store, you can install any app that you want to use. Okay, so there is one app which is developed, which is called as ChatGPT for Excel. Okay, so if you see this, it is saying that additional purchase may be required, but it does give you some free this thing. This is GPT for Excel. Okay, so when you open this, you need to add in. Since I've already added it, it is not asking for me to add in, but this I'll tell you what it does. So when you install this, you will see this Excel ChatGPT for Excel. And now we are going to do the same thing using a prompt inside Excel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write is equals to AI. Now, if you look at my screen, as I type AI, okay, you will see a lot of functions over here. You will see a list of different functions which might not exist in your Excel because you have not yet installed the AI add-in. But when you install the AI add-in, you will see AI.ask, AI.choice, AI.extract, AI.fill, format, list, table, and translate. So let's ask AI. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the prompt to the AI. Okay. Where is the prompt? This is the prompt. Okay. And let's see, do we get the result or not? Now, see, I have given this is a prompt, okay, which says write the Excel formula that gives. Now, this is the result that we have got by writing this function AI.ask. Okay, and it is giving me that to Excel formula to calculate the third largest number in the name range is Excel is large numbers comma 3. This formula uses the large function which returns the kth value, and it is giving us the solution. I don't want the solution. I don't want the explanation. I want the result. Okay. So what we can do is, okay, you can say, give the result of the prompt specified in the cell, and the cell number is F8. F8. Okay, now see, there is a limitation over here. What it is saying that I cannot access the data inside the cell. So if you say that I have written the prompt in cell and you go to that cell and you read, it will not work like that. Then what we need to do is we need to write the prompt and we'll say we just want the result. Okay. So again, I will just tell you how you have to write. So we'll say give the result of the formula that calculates the third highest number from the name ranged as numbers. Okay. Now it might not read the name range. Okay. So what we will do is we will just say from the range. Okay. From the range specified. Now, where do you specify the range? Okay. So when you write the prompt, AI.ask is asking for two things, prompt, comma, range. Now the range is this. Okay. So we have given the prompt. Now we will define the range. So when you select the range, you will get the range over here. The range is automatically called as numbers. Now we'll press enter. Now see what does it gives us. Okay. So now again, you see that it is giving the same option, okay, or the different this thing. The third largest number is 32. Okay. So it is not 32. Okay. What it is doing, it is removing all the duplicates and then it is giving us. Okay. So, but this is a way which you can use, okay, to get the formula which you want. Okay. It actually works with the number also, but I'll tell you how it will work with the range. Okay. So now we'll say, I'll just give you one more try for this. Okay. So we'll say AI.ask again, and we'll say, give the third highest number from the range. Okay. From the range. No explanation needed. Okay. We don't need any explanation. We just want the third number. And this is the range. And we'll close this. Let's see. Okay, this time we got the result. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you, that you have to be specific in your prompt. Okay, you have to be specific while writing the prompt, and this is what we should learn. Okay, so in Excel, you will see a lot of people say that you don't have to remember any formulas, you should know any formulas. That is right, but you should know how to write the prompt so that you get the right answer. So we used AI.ask and it is giving me the same result. Now, suppose someone is using Hindi, okay, and you want to understand what this prompt should be in Hindi, okay. So I want to translate the text into Hindi. So I'll say AI.translate. There is a pre-filled function for this, okay, and it is asking for text. Now the text, I cannot select a cell because it will not read the text from that cell, okay. So if I select this cell, okay, and then if I type Hindi, let us say whether it can read the text and give us the answer. Else we'll copy the text inside this, but it has done this, okay. So एक एक्सेल सूत्र लिखो जो नंबर्स नामित रेंज में तीसरा सबसे बड़ा संख्या की गणना करता है. Okay, so this is a translation in Hindi. Okay, if you want to if you're dealing with any international clients and you want this in German, okay, or maybe you are coaching German students and you want to write in German, this is the German translation of English. Okay, so it becomes very easy if you have integrated some tools inside Excel. This is just an example. Okay, now let's go to a little complicated example over here. Okay, now see, we have a ID. Okay, sometimes we get e-way bill number or any other thing or any other code, but you want to extract some specific part from this. Okay, so there are 10 IDs in column B. Each ID has 5 parts separated with hyphens. Okay, so these are the 5 parts separated with hyphens. Okay, and what you want is you want to extract the third part of the ID from the number. So what I want, what I'm looking at is to extract the third part. So this is the third part, 5WJ. Okay, so maybe this is some code which is representing something, and your boss or your manager is asked to extract all these code from this. Now it will be very difficult to write a function for this. You might have to use a combination of different functions like left, mid, find, search, and you might end up losing heart over this. Okay, but you don't have to lose heart. What you should do is you should use AI for this. Now, how you can use integrate AI? So if you look at this, this is the answer. This is what we are looking for. Something like this is an example. But how do we get the same thing over here? Okay, so again, we have to specify to ChatGPT. Okay, or if you know the formula, you can use the formula. Okay, the formula is text split. It is the latest function. Okay, and text split will actually split this text. Okay, but how to write the prompt? Now, let me give you an idea of how to write the prompt. Okay, so what you will do is you will go to this page, this ChatGPT, and you will write like this. I have a number of values in Microsoft Excel. These are the values. For each string, there are 5 sections separated by hyphen. In this case, I want to return the middle section. You're not specifying the third section, but you're saying middle section. For the first, this would be this. Give me the middle string for each row. The first reference value is located in cell B10. Okay, so if you copy paste this to ChatGPT, you get the prompt. You will get the, but there is an improvised prompt over here. Okay, so let me just try with this first one and show you the result. Okay, so I'll just copy this. Okay, and what I will do is I'm inside Excel only, and I'll say AI.ask, and I'll write this prompt over here. Okay, this is the entire prompt we have written, and let's wait for the result. Okay, I have not started with it with the inverted quotes, that is why. So now let's see. Text value limited to 5. Okay. Now see, in text, in a formula, you can just put 255 characters. Okay. So this will not work here. Okay. Let's go to ChatGPT and do this. See, I am just explaining how you should work. Okay. And then we will go to some different examples also. But first, you should understand how do you write the prompt, proper prompt. So I have written this, and let's see what do we get as a result. So it has given a very complicated function like trim, mid, find, a very detailed one. Okay. And let's copy this. Let's copy this. Okay. And see whether we are getting the result or not. Okay. We do get the result. Okay. So if you see, we were able to extract this. But if you want to, if your boss asks, okay, tell me how you did, would you be able to explain this? I don't think so. Okay. And it is very complicated itself, right? So we want to simplify life. We don't want to complicate our things. So what we will write to ChatGPT is that don't give me such complicated formulas. Tell me, is there any better approach to this or a simpler approach? So what you will say, okay, this works. You have to explain this. This works, but I am looking for a much simpler and easy approach or for function or formula to do this. Let's say what it says now. And now see, See, this is the beauty. This is the beauty of writing a right prompt, right? So earlier we got a response which was such a lengthy and complicated function, but now we have got such a beautiful and a small and a simple function which is text split. Okay, now let's use this. Okay, and let's put this. So I'm just keeping the first function intact and I'm just putting this here. Okay, and see. So text split B10. So B10, it is not taking from here. Okay, we have to write B11 because we are at B11 and C. Okay, so if you use B11 like this, okay, if you use text split, what it is going to do is it is going to split the text into different sections, okay? So it has split it with the hyphen, okay? But we want to extract only the third part. So to do that, we'll say multiply and we will, in brackets, we'll put 3, okay? Sorry. So it shall give us the result. It is giving a value error, okay? Let's say. Now, see, let me just do it without putting the multiplication sign. Okay, it is giving a value error. Okay, so extract the third. Now, there are different ways of doing this. It has given index also. So I'll copy this and I'll put this. Now we got this. But now if you look at this formula, so I'll just type formula text and I'll show you what approach it used first and what approach it is using next. So if you look at this, it is a very big formula, right? It's a very big formula and you're not able to understand what is happening. If someone asks you how does it happen, you will not be able to explain. But you can explain, okay, you are using a text plate and in the index, we are wanting the third parameter from the row. So that is we are using third, okay? Now, even this text split would work, but if it is giving error, what we can do is, see, we can just put this that the text split function gives an error. Okay, so reshare the correct code. Now it has given with the use of index again, index with text splits. Okay, so earlier it was not working, but now we can use this. Okay, so these are some examples which you can use. Okay, now let me tell you something which is more interesting. Okay, now see this. Workout. Now this is ChatGPT for Excel. Now what it can do more, I'll just take one example over here. Suppose you are planning your holidays, okay, or you're scheduling some meeting and you want to avoid the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you don't want, and you want to find out like how many Saturdays and Sundays are coming on this March and April. So you don't want to schedule any work on those days, right? So what you will write to ChatGPT, you want a table. So we'll say AI.table, okay, and we will say list down the Sundays. Okay, we just want to avoid the Sundays for the timing. List down the Sundays in the month of March 25 and April 25. That's it. Okay, this is the prompt we have given, and let's see how do we get the result. Okay, so do you get the month name and the dates also? So second, 9th, today is 9th, okay, it is a Sunday, then 16/23. So you got a result, okay. So this is how having the GPT inside Excel can save a lot of time, okay. Now I'll take you to some more case studies like this, okay. Okay, let me take one more example with you, okay. So let's say we have got some reviews, okay. We have got some product reviews from our customers and we want to categorize them into whether they are good or bad or how did people like it. Okay, so there are different reviews which are there, or maybe on a LinkedIn post you have got different this thing feedback for your training, you have got a feedback for your services, you have got a feedback, and you want to categorize whether it is a good feedback or a bad feedback. Okay, so we'll take some examples and how AI can actually do this for us. So you'll say the product is good and I am happy with it. Okay. It is a bad product and I would not recommend it to anyone. I did not like the product. It is defective and broken. Okay, so these are some feedbacks which we have got regarding the product review. We want to categorize whether it is a good review or a bad review. Okay, now let's imagine that we have 100 of reviews and you have to do it manually. It will take a lot of time, right? Now, how AI will help you? So there is a feature, there is a function called as AI dot choice. Okay, AI dot choice, and now it will choose between two values. Okay, so the value we have to give the text, okay, and the choices is either good or bad. Okay. Now let's say whether we get the right answer or not. So in the first case, we got a good. In the second, in both the two cases, we got bad. Is it right? Are we getting the right answers? Is AI giving us the right answers?
Yeah, to me it looks right. I'm
Yes.
just waiting for the people who
Yeah.
are joined us to respond.
Yes, yes, yes. So if you look at this, it looks AI is giving the right answers, okay? But we should know what prompt to use and what functions to use, okay? And there are different functions which are available, which you can use when you install this feature, okay, in your Excel, and it is free to use. Now, apart from this, there are many other tools. This is one example, but there are many other tools which are available to be integrated inside Excel for automation, and one such is VBA. So now in the next 15-20 minutes, I'm going to talk about VBA. Okay. And in Excel, you see this automate option also. Okay. So what does automate does? Automate will actually automate your work. Okay. Suppose you want to hide anything or you want to freeze any selection. Okay. You can directly click on this. Suppose when I scroll down the screen, you will see that everything goes down. Okay. So what I want is I want that the product review should be there and the rows below this should move. Okay. And it should be freeze. So I'll just come here and I'll say freeze selection. So we all know that there is an option of freeze pane for this, but we can generate a script also. It will do that. Okay. Now if you run, so it has freeze this. Okay. Now we can see that our rows is freeze. So I was here, but if you are there on the top, so I'll just unfreeze it once. Okay. And let me come here. And now let us go to this automate option. And in the automate, we will have freeze selection. So I just clicked on it. It wrote a script actually. It wrote a code. Okay. If you look at this edit code, it will show you the code. Okay. So how it is writing the code, but we are not bothered about that. We will say run. Once we run this, you will see that now when I scroll down the screen, okay, I can see the top row there. Okay. Similarly, when I move towards the column, I can see this column C is there, but I want to move it to after D. So I can keep my cursor over here and then I can say freeze selection. Okay. This code again, and I'll run this. Now you will have a freeze pane at a different location. Okay, different place. And you can see that it is applied at E. Okay. Now, how do we automate things? Okay. Now, I'll take one example wherein what happens is we save a lot of files Excel files at different location, and whenever we have to trace any file, we find it difficult to find where we have saved that file, and you look for the different drives and folders and all. So is there any way through which we can get a list of all the files which we have created along with their path and a hyperlink to open that file, so that whenever I want to open any file, I just need to go to that list, and that will be there, okay, at my disposal. So let's see that how it can be done. So for that, we need to write a VBA code, but we don't know how to write a VBA code. So in the developer tab, you will have an option of Visual Basic, but you have to write a code or you have to record a macro. But I don't know VBA. But what I know is I know English and I know how to write a prompt. Okay, so again, we will go to ChatGPT and I'll show you how you have to write the prompt to create a VBA script and automate this task of listing down all the contents of your drive or a folder for you to easily track any file and open it. So I'll say generate. Now you have to start with the action verbs. Okay, so generate, write, record, or suggest, or like that. Okay, so we'll say generate a VBA script, VBA code, which shall do the following. So if you write the prompt in a sequential manner, in a number manner, it will actually do the things exactly in the way you want it to perform. Okay, otherwise you will not get the right script. So the first thing that we want is we want option to select a folder that I want to list, all the files that I want to list from that folder or a drive. So we'll say, okay, ask the user to select a particular drive or folder. Okay, so you will select a drive and folder. Okay. Second, based on the selection, list down all the folders, subfolders, file names, files in the selected drive or folder. Okay. Third, create a table with the following columns. Okay, so what columns we want? We want serial number, then we want the drive name, whatever the person has selected, then we want the folder name, we want the subfolder name, and then we want the file name. Okay, and then finally we want the link to open the file. Okay, and fourth one, we will say generate a link, a hyperlink to open the file listed in the last column of the above table. Okay, so this is the code I want to generate. Okay, and give. So this is the instructions we have given. Last instruction, which is very important that we are writing, is that give. Okay, we'll say test, debug, and generate an error-free code. Okay, that should give the desired results. So it will make sure that they are testing it, the code also. Okay, otherwise it will generate a code, it might give some error, then you have to reiterate the process. So this line will actually help you in getting a error-free code. Let us see how do we get it. And I write this prompt here. So now it has started working, and it is giving the steps that it is doing to write the code. Okay, and what it has understood. So prompt the user to select a drive folder using a folder picker. Recursively scans all the subfolders and file. Create a table with serial number, drive, folder name, subfolder name, file name, and open and hyperlink to open each file. handles errors gracefully, and ensures smooth execution. And here is the code. Okay, it's such a long code. Okay, so all the VBA encoders, I feel very sad for them that we have studied all this, we have learned how to code, but it is not useful. But knowledge never get goes waste. Okay, if you get an error, then you should know how to correct the error, way to correct the error. So still that this thing is there, so it will generate a table like this. Okay, now how to use this, it has given this the steps also to use the code. So what we'll do is we'll copy this code. Okay, now there is a copy button here. We'll copy this code. And how to execute this code? So you'll go to Excel, you will press Alt F11. So I go to my Excel, I press Alt F11, and this has opened a VBA Visual Basic application. What's next? It is suggesting that insert a new module, go to insert and module and copy paste the code and run the macro. So let's do that. So we'll go to insert, we will go to module. There is a blank screen here. We will press Ctrl V, the code is pasted, and you get an option to run this code. So there is a run button over here. We will run this code and we will see whether it is getting executed or not. Okay, so this is a macro which is list files and folders, and I'll say run. Now, when I run this code, what do you see on my screen? You see there's a pop-up, there is a picker, file folder picker, and it is asking me for to select any folder. Okay. Now let me select this use case 3 tally TDL. I'll select this folder and I will select OK. Not able to see the Excel file. Just a minute. Okay, sorry.
Actually, only ChatGPT window is.
Now do you see the window?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just repeat this step since I think people have missed this. So what I did is I was there, I copied the code from my chat GPT. I came back to Excel and I'm pressing Alt F11. When I press Alt F11, it opens a Visual Basic editor. Okay. And then you have to go to insert, and in the insert, you have to click on module. Okay. Now, when you click on module, you will get a space to write the code. So we will say Control V. It will paste this code over here. Okay. So we have to make sure that the entire code is getting pasted. So it is getting pasted now. And then how do we run the code? So there is a run button over here, a run option. You go to run. There is a shortcut key F5. You can press the shortcut key also. We will click on run here. And it is giving us this code, list, file, and folders. We can run this. Now, as you run this, do you see a picker on my screen, which is prompting me to select any folder? Do you see this?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now we can select any drive or we can select any folder. I'm not selecting any drive because all my drives have a lot of files. Okay. So what I'm doing is I will just select one folder. Okay. Let's say I want to select this AICAICI and I click on OK. Now, as I do this, you get a message which says that process completed, files and folder list generated. Oh, it was so quick. But where is that? Where is the file? Okay, so let's go to that Excel. Okay, and see, we were here. Okay, is there any new Excel which is open? Let me see. It's generating. Wait. Yeah, so if you see, we will see the result over here. Let me close this file. And wait, let me open that Excel again. Basically, we need a blank file to do this because it will create a new index, right? So I will do it on a blank file. Okay. So I am taking a blank file And now I will again press Alt F11. Okay, and we'll go to Insert and Module. Okay, and we'll paste this code. Okay, it was already copied. Then I will run this code. Again, I will be prompted to select a folder. Okay, and I will select a folder. So I'm selecting the same folder and I click on OK. Now here, do you see the action getting placed, and do we have the drive, the same kind of file or table which I wanted, which I had specified, right? So it has listed me the drive name, the folder name, the subfolder name, the file name, and there is a link to open the file. Yes or no? Right? So isn't it interesting or amazing? So I have got all the files. There are 100 files which are there in the folder. Okay. And suppose I want to open any file, there is an option of open file. When I click on this, you will see that the file is getting opened. Can you see Salman Khan on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how we can use AI inside Excel to automate our task. Okay, so see how difficult it would be, or how time consuming it would be if one person has to list down the contents of a particular folder or a drive, and it will take a lot of time, and there are chances of getting errors. Okay, but here, if I want to open any file, I have that option of just clicking over here, and it will open any file that I want to open. Okay, so this is how we can integrate AI tools inside Excel, and a lot of things which are there. Okay, so this was one example. Suppose you want to create different files for your clients and different folders, and for each folder you want to have multiple subfolders. Okay, so this is again a time consuming task. Okay, again you can write this prompt to your chat GPT. I'm just saving this as index, and I'll just save it on my desktop and close this. And you can reuse this. Once you have created the macro, you can again execute that macro and use it again. Okay, so these were the use cases that I wanted to show, and I think we are already on at 12. So now I would like to have any questions if we have got through the audience. So if any questions are there, I would like to address.
Yeah, let me check. I think so far we have not received any question. I would ask the audience if they have any question regarding this session. You may please post it in the chat box. Meanwhile, I want to ask two small questions from you.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, just want to confirm that all these features are available only in Microsoft 360, right?
No, if you're using 2019 or 21, you can still integrate the AI tools into Excel, okay, using the add-ins. They are available. But what I showed, the latest features like AI.translate and all these things, they are available only in 365. Like automate feature is available only in 365.
Only in
But
360.
macros you can install, you can write the macros using VBA in all the previous version of Excel. But I would recommend all the professionals, those who are using Excel for professional work, it is better to have a licensed version of Excel, use a licensed version of Microsoft 365, and you can use a lot of features over there. And it is not that costly because earlier it was costing 6,200 for a year for a family subscription. You get 6 IDs, so you can buy one and you can integrate it in your office for your staff. It is now 8,200. So again, it comes to like for 6 people, it is only 1,200 rupees of investment a year. So 100 rupees a month. So that we can do, and the possibilities is immense once you use the latest version.
Yeah, I'm feeling like in our articleship days, we were used to hear कि a CA can do anything. Now I feel कि yes, a CA can do anything.
Yes, actually, and this is just the beginning when the AI agents are being developed. So you will see that you have to just give voice instruction and everything will happen. Even Copilot can sit inside the Excel and do the work. So as we were writing the formulas, we have to just select the screen, and Google AI Studio is there. So you just share your screen and you ask questions, okay? And it will give you real-time answer basis on what you're doing, okay?
Okay.
So, when we connect with the customer care executive or IT person when we are having any installation problem, now all these tasks are being done by AI. So
Great.
you can say there is always a virtual assistant available to you in the form of ChatGPT. You can give any task and it'll give you the result. And we don't have to focus only on the result. We have to focus on learning how we got the result so that we enhance our own intelligence also.
So another question is if a person is already having a subscribed license of ChatGPT, so that same license can work in this Excel, or they need to buy the separate license?
Okay, now so these are two different things. So if you are using a Chat GPT, a paid version of Chat GPT, what you need to do is you need to generate a API access from that Chat GPT, and that API key you need to put it in the this add-in. Once you
Okay.
put the API key, then you can use that API key, and that can be used. But for the other tools which are not related to ChatGPT, like there are different add-ins. For that, you have to take a different subscription for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody has posted any question. Yes, so many questions. There is one question. Can you please suggest source that we can use to learn more like this?
Educating is the best source, I guess. And I make sure that we will bring some more things. But yes, to answer this question, I would say that Chat GPT is the biggest source to learn. Okay. And let me give you one example because this question is really good. Thank you for the audience to ask this question. Okay. Now I'll tell you one thing what I had done with my Chat GPT. Okay. I'm using a paid version of Chat GPT. Okay. And since I am a trainer for Excel over a decade now, what I had done, I had created a customized GPT. Excel Vibes by Cialog City. Okay, this is a customized GPT. Okay, now if you say that I am a beginner at Excel and I want to learn it from step 0, please suggest a learning path, okay, or a plan. Now see what it does. So here it will give you a step-by-step process of getting to start with your journey. Okay. So getting it started with Excel, introduction to Excel, basic data entry, basic formulas. Then week 2 is mathematical formulas, if functions, date and time functions, sorting, then data handling, lookup functions. So it is giving a very systematic approach.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is I have customized. So I have at the back end, I feed this with LLM that what should be the learning path and all. And it is giving the different tutorials also and the learning resources also. Okay, so suppose you want to learn the shortcut keys. Okay, so you'll say, okay, give a list of all shortcut keys in Excel. So it will generate the list of shortcut keys for you. Okay. And so there is a Excel file which I uploaded actually. So it is asking, do you want to download this file? Okay. So you will say, yes, I want to get the access to the file or the content of the file. Okay. Now it will read the file and it will give you the content. So ChatGPT can be used to learn also. Okay. I use it on a daily basis to explore different things and to keep learning. Okay, and whatever you learn, it remains there. Okay, now see, it is giving you the format. Okay, so it will give you, see, it has given all the shortcut keys in a very
Shortcuts.
categorized manner, like basic shortcuts, then editing and formatting shortcuts, data and navigation shortcuts, like this. And then it is further asking, do you want to have the document also, like that? So it will provide a link. So you can explore this and learn from ChatGPT. And there are various resources, there are various books, but I guess this can be a good learning path to start with.
So next question is, please provide prompt for following range. What is the total of receipts made after August 2024? Two column, one is with date and column two is having receipt date. I
So
did not understand.
yeah, so I got it. Suppose you want to get the total of sales after a particular period, okay, after a particular date. What you need to write to ChatGPT or Excel. Basically, it is a sum if function, okay. But someone who doesn't know, so what you need to do is you need to write a prompt that I have a date column and I have a sales column. So suppose your date column is in column B, and your sales is in column E. So you will write a prompt that the column B2 to B50 has the dates, okay, and the column E2 to E50 has the sales amount. I want to get the total of sales after this particular date, and you write the date. So what it will do, it will write a formula which will read the dates, okay, and after that particular date, whatever dates are coming, it will add up the sales for that particular dates, and it'll give the result. So it'll give the formula which you can copy and use it. And basically, I would say that it is all experimenting. So I also learned by experimenting and writing prompts and getting errors, getting mistakes, and reiterating. So I would request all the learners over here, all the viewers who are watching this, that you try. Okay, what we hesitate is we hesitate at trying and failing. Okay, I always say it is always better to fail and then learn. Okay,
Right.
because you know that what doesn't work and what works. Okay, and someone who has done CA and has cleared the exam after maybe failing, they already know what is the what it looks like after getting a success after failure. Okay, so we should be open to commit mistakes and try, okay, and fail. And it is between you and ChatGPT. No one else is knowing that you're right. You're failing. It is personalized. Okay, so there is no point. When I go to the any sessions where I'm addressing the members and the student, I ask them that you ask questions. Okay, ask a lot of questions, because the more you ask, the more you learn.
Right.
If you don't ask questions, you might have some doubts in your mind, which will remain in your mind only, and you will not be able to get to the answer. But if you ask a question, there is a probability, or there is a chance that you will get a proper answer, or at least you will get a way to look at the answer.
That's absolutely right, sir. And this session was very wonderful. And the last thing, that the VBA thing, to make a list of all the files, that I'm going to use it
Yes,
for sure, because
exactly,
this is the need of our work. Every time
exactly,
we spent lot of time in searching for the file, कि भाई वो file save कहाँ हो गई, वो data तो बनाया था, where that data is. So
right.
we lost a lot of time. So that is very wonderful.
Yeah, so actually, I came up with this case study because of this. I was thinking what members would be the problem which they will be facing, which will be common across all,
Right.
and it is a common problem which I also face. Sometimes someone has asked me, "You please send us this file," and I'm just searching where the file is. Or maybe your article has worked and he has saved it somewhere, and you're not able to relocate, and he's not available, he's on leave or exams. Then you cannot, and he will not be able to tell you on call, sir, ye file
Right.
yahan par hai, right?
Yeah.
So this becomes very handy. And lot of things, if you there is a macro you can create to segregate your files. Sometimes when we download a lot of files and we keep it in the download folder, there are PDF, there are Excel. So you can create a macro that will actually tell you that this is a PDF file, and it will bifurcate and put this in different folders.
Right.
So this is the next level actually.
Very nice. Now I would like uh, to invite audience to give a vote of thanks to sir. Now, very informative session by Manmohan Singh ji, Harish ji. So thank you so much for this wonderful session. Miklesh ji is having a question. I have a balance sheet with a different sheet, and I want analysis. Then what will be the prompt?
Okay, so see, it will not do a analysis of balance sheet if you just specify this. So what I would suggest is you can take a screenshot of the balance sheet. Okay, don't put the client name and don't put anything. Just take a screenshot, put it in the chat GPT. and you will say analyze the balance sheet and calculate different ratios. So it will automatically calculate the ratios and you will get an analysis. So that can be done. Yes.
Yeah, this I have also used this feature,
Yeah.
so it's worked very well.
And as I showed that I had created a custom GPT, there are various custom GPT for data analysis, balance sheet analysis. So you can go to Chat GPT and you can look for customized GPT or explore GPT. There is an option of explore GPT. And I would say that our CA Institute has also created a lot of GPT, CA GPT. You can use that. So I'm sharing my screen, and if you type data analysis, okay, you will get a GPT, which is this data analysis and report AI. Okay, so this is exactly created to analyze data only, any kind of data that you have, whether a balance sheet at all. So you can upload the data over here, like the file, and you can write your prompt, okay, and it will analyze. So analyze my data and tell me the suggestive way to reduce the cost or increase the sales, something like that. So you have to upload a file. So I just write a prompt. It is asking me to upload a file. Once the file is uploaded, it will read. But one more word of precaution over here, that do not upload the data which is confidential data. As being professionals, we are using a lot of confidential data, and there can be privacy issues or security issues. So always use a sanitized data, give a clean data to ChatGPT, remove the names of the parties and all, because they are only numbers, right? So you can put the number without the reference to this thing, okay? And then you can get the analysis maybe done.
We have to be very careful while putting the
Exactly.
data. Yeah.
And you cannot rely always on the result of ChatGPT. You have to apply your own intelligence. There was a very famous viral judgment, the case which has happened in the Karnataka government, that AI has produced a reference to a case which was never there.
Which was never there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And some judges has used that case.
Some judges has used that case. The appellate tribunal also has used that case, but that is where we are actually closing our eye and believing AI like that. So that is also not correct.
Right. We need to verify what the answer has been provided by them. We need to
Exactly.
verify it ourselves, and then we can use it.
Exactly. Right.
So on that note, I would like to end this session. It was a very informative session, sir, and
Thank
we
you.
will look forward to have more association like this in future with education. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.